Welcome to another exciting edition of TV Pitch Tips Audio Postcards. I'm Jeannie Simon.
And I'm Mark Simon once again. And this week we have a question from Sean Smith from Brooklyn.
Yep, Sean asks, if you're at NATPE or one of the other conventions, do you have more than 5 minutes to pitch? Is 15 minutes the limit to your time?
Well, you know, that kind of depends on which conference and which event you're in at each conference.
Right, because some conferences, like Real Screen, LATV Fest, BAMF, Factual Entertainment Forum, have speed pitching events set up, and you sign up for those in advance.
Right.
So those are just what their name is, speed pitching.
Right, and each one has different amounts of time that they'll allow you. Some only allow you 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Some 5 minutes, and others 10. And for speed pitching, I've never seen a speed pitching event where you have more than 10 minutes. And the way those work is you line up at your specified time, you're let in, and you're given a number or a place that you're meeting with, and you go to that table, and you know you're meeting with the Outdoor Channel or NTV, whoever it is, and they start the clock running. And at the end of 5 minutes or 10 minutes, someone calls out, or there's a gong that goes off or something, and you're done. You've got to get up and leave because the next group of people are coming in to do their pitching. It may kind of sound obnoxious. It's actually the greatest training in the world. And I've sold projects. In fact, last summer at LATV Fest, I closed 3 deals with fun little movies from speed pitching.
Well, here's the thing, guys. You need to be able to get your idea across really, like in, 2 minutes? Quickly.
You better let me know what your show is really fast.
Right. In fact, you know, that's kind of our hot tip. I mean, you really should be able to pitch your show in 5 minutes because the rest of the time should be feedback. You need to ask those executives, what do you think? What are you looking for? What should I do?
Yeah, don't get lost in the details and the rules of your show. You got to let me know what the show is and why I'm going to want to tune in to see these characters or these hosts week after week.
Right.
The details can come later. You've got to get me interested first.
Right.
Now, at conferences and conventions, a lot of your meetings are not going to be part of a speed pitching. They're going to be running into somebody, having lunch with them, riding in an elevator, sitting down next to them.
Or meetings you set up ahead of time.
Right.
You know, typically at a conference, I think it's fair to say that a typical meeting is 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, the bigger the conference, the shorter the meeting time because they have more and more people they're meeting with.
Exactly.
They'll schedule in blocks of half an hour, more often than not.
Right, but remember our client, Leah.
Right.
She went to Ottawa Animation Festival, had a meeting with the head of PBS Kids programming.
Right, Linda Saminsky.
It was supposed to be for 15 minutes.
And
that meeting went for at least 45 minutes, and Linda kept asking people to come back because she wanted to talk to Leah. So if there's real interest in your show, the meeting will go longer.
Right. We often have meetings because, you know, we go to the studios and we go to conferences. So, for instance, Jeannie and I recently were pitching a TV series based on the comic strip property BC, which we have the rights to. And like at Nickelodeon, we went about 40 minutes, and Warner Brothers about the same thing, about 40 minutes. Moon Scoop was over an hour when we were there.
Well, there was a lot of good give and take in that, and he kept bringing other people in. Remember that?
Right.
He brought another producer in to hear the idea so he could get feedback too. So that was good. You know, when you get that kind of interest and give and take in a meeting, that's really good.
Right. So it can go longer, but don't expect that you have a whole lot of time. Because if you can't get the idea across quickly, it's going to sound like you don't really know what your show is.
Exactly. And in our home study course, the TV Pitch School, we have a lot of detailed information about conferences. We've got a complete conference list in there. We've got how you need to approach the conference, how to set up meetings ahead of time. In fact, there's even email templates and phone scripts in there.
Right.
We also have what you need to bring. We even have what you need to wear.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how much we get into it because conferences are really the best way to get pitch meetings. Yeah. They're the most efficient and the most economical way.
And we do offer training to a lot of these as well as part of our Hitmaker tour. So you're most likely on our email list, And we will keep you up to date as we have other training sessions opening up for a tremendous amount of detailed information on how to work specific events. Talk to you next time.